Hi students, and welcome to the second part of lesson 1. I hope you found those first few questions from the textbook not too challenging. I'm going to be going through a few more questions from the textbook now. They're still from exercise 5.4. Again, it is my expectation that you'll be copying these examples down. You will need to pause the video as I go through it to give yourself time to copy these down. So, question 8 is saying, solve Px take Q equals R for x. So what does that mean? Basically, it's saying make x the subject. Make it so the equation looks like x equals. That's what we're looking for here. So, the first thing I did was I moved this q over to the other side. The opposite of this negative q would be positive q. The next thing I did, well, I needed to move the p over. Remember, my goal is to get x on its own in a statement that says x equals. So, at the moment here, this p is being multiplied by x. So what is the opposite of multiplying by p? Well, that's dividing by p. So my final statement is x equals r plus q divided by p. Anyway, moving on to question 12. So question 12 says y equals 3x plus 1, all of that divided by 4. And it's asking us to substitute in y equals 2. Recall that substitute means to replace the letter y with the number 2. So note how the letter y has been replaced with the number 2. Now I need to solve this equation for x. Figure out what x is here. There we go. Didn't highlight properly the first time. So, first thing I did was I moved 4 over to the other side. I went 2 times 4, because at the moment, it's divide 4. So, once again, by grade 11, I hope we know that 2 times 4 is 8. So it's saying 8 is equal to 3x plus 1. Next thing I need to do is get rid of this plus 1. What's the opposite of adding 1? Well, that would be subtracting 1. So I'm left with 7 equals 3x. What's the opposite of x being multiplied by 3? Well, that's dividing by 3. So my final statement is x equals 7/3. Like with before, always double check your working when you're getting a fractional answer. However, without wanting to sound immodest, I know this is correct. So question 15. Oh boy, question 15 is a fun one. Question 15 gives us this formula. It's a formula to convert from Fahrenheit into degrees Celsius. We all know how those crazy Americans use degrees Fahrenheit instead of degrees Celsius, yeah? I know, it's silly. Anyway, so Nora here needs to set her oven to 190 degrees Celsius, but oh no, her oven is only in degrees Fahrenheit. Now, again, I'm sure this is something we've all come across. I am so sick of ovens in Australia always being set to Fahrenheit, so we're going to help out Nora here. So question 15a in the textbook asks us, well, what's going on here? What does this formula mean? Well, the formula is saying 32 is subtracted from f, as you can see here. The result is then multiplied by 5, as you can see here. Then this value is divided by 9, as you can see here. The second part of question 15a asks us, well, okay, what are the inverse operations we're going to need to do here? Well, the opposite of divide 9, times 9. Opposite of multiply by 5, divide 5. Opposite of adding 32, opposite of subtracting 32, add 32. So if Nora needs to set it to 190 degrees Celsius, what's it going to be in Fahrenheit? So I've replaced the Celsius measurement with 190 degrees. So 190 equals 5, bracket f take 32, close bracket, divided by 9. First thing I did was I moved the 9 over here. Opposite of divide 9, multiply by 9. This gives me 1,710 is equal to 5, bracket f take 32. Next thing I did was I expanded the bracket, giving me 5f, take away 160 is equal to 1,710. Then I moved the take 160 over the other side by adding 160. So it is saying 1,870 is equal to 5f. Moving up and over here. 1,870 is equal to 5f. I swapped it around here because, well, we do want f to be the subject, so that's why f is now on this side. So how do I get this 5 over the other side? What's the opposite of multiplying by 5? Well, that's dividing by 5. So f is equal to 1,870 divided by 5. So f is equal to 374. Don't forget though, as this is a worded question, we need a worded answer. So include a statement like this or something similar that says, therefore, Nora needs to set her oven to 374 degrees Fahrenheit. And there we go, guys. You've just learned what to do if you ever find yourself in the United States with an oven that's only in degrees Fahrenheit. So that's the end of the examples for this lesson. The remainder of the textbook work can be found on the OneNote. Good luck, guys. I'm sure you'll do fine.